to be making some mixed greens. And if you look, you can see that I've already cooked a lot of it down. It's pretty simple. You cut off the, there's stems. And what I do is I cut the real hard stems right at the ends. And then I just chop them up into whatever size pieces I want. I added 4 cups of water to this. I'm going to put it on my stove, turn it on high to get it started. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut my peppers. Get the insides out. And I'm just going to cut them in. And all these have been washed already. So let's get one of these peppers. But I'm going to be cutting up a lot of peppers for this. This is for several meals. This isn't for one meal, or whatever. I mean, this is for several meals. So, depending on the size of your family, but I use quart-size bags, and then I just put the name of what it is, mixed greens, and I put them in the freezer, and that way I have several meals. This doesn't cost a lot. I think I spent $1.50 for 2, so basically I spent $2.25 for the turnip, the mustard, and the collard greens. These are fresh. They are not in the bag. So, and then I just go ahead and I put peppers in it, onions, and a little bit of tomato. But I had a 90-year-old woman in Florida years ago give me the recipe on how to make these the right way. And I'm sorry, but I've seen recipes on online, and I really don't find anything that even comes close to what hers is. Okay. So, can't beat an old recipe. So what I do is I go ahead and I clean all these out and cut them up. And when I'm done with that, I will go on to the next thing. Okay, that's done, as you can see. Now, what I want to do is find me another knife that likes to cut meat. Here's my fillet knife. Okay, so what I do is I fillet the bacon. If it'll cut, I may have to sharpen this knife. And get scissors. We'll just deal with this. We'll use my paring knife. So what I do is I cut the bacon into smaller pieces, which seems to be a difficult time today. Just one of those days. So guess I'm gonna have to sharpen my knives. Well, it doesn't help that I let the bacon get a little warmer than normal. So, and I don't have a really big cutting board, so this is what I deal with. And then you just cut it all down into pieces. Because all you're really wanting is the bacon flavor. And then what I'll do is I'll put this in another pan and I'll cook this up, drain the grease. So that way, this is not overly greasy. I mean, the way I was taught is you cook it with a little bit of grease fat and the bacon. So what I'll do is I'll do this. As you can see, it's all ready. And I'll cook this up in the stove. And while I'm at it, wash my hands again. Alright. Now, I'm going to take these tomatoes and just cut out the imperfections, places that have scabbed. These are our fresh tomatoes, so I'll put not a whole lot, just a few in. And what that does is it gives it a nice little flavor. You can hear the bacon starting. My husband absolutely loves this stuff. That's why I'm making a video. So that way if I'm in the hospital or whatever, and he wants to have some, he knows how to make this. So at least that's the idea. I don't claim to be a chef. And I'm an okay cook, but that's about it. So these have all been washed. You can see the scab on this, so I'll just cut that out. Cutting out the scab. Again, it's not really no big deal. But for you guys, I'll cut it out. And then I'll just put those in. These are my Sun Gold. The other one was a Better Boy. And you can see the Better Boy was really small. So, and I'll put it in here. This is my Cherry Purple. And we're going to, I think we're just going to cut the core out. That's it, see? Cut it right out. Now we're just going to slice it. Oh, look at that, isn't that pretty? These are great tasting. It didn't produce very much for me, and it might be the fact that the weather was real wonky this year. Or it could be just the tomato plant itself, I don't know. If I grow it again, I'm just growing one. I'm not growing a bunch of these. I want to see how well it does on a better year, and then go from there. And as you can see, I just cut it. I don't care about the size. I mean, I'm trying to get them down to a manageable size, but I don't worry about everything being the same size. I'm a home cook. I'm not a professional cook. Never claimed to be, never will be. So, all right, I gotta go taste of that. Oh, that's good. Okay. Okay. Wash my hands again. Go and stir these. So what I'm doing is I'm stirring I'm stirring the bacon so they don't cook too much on one side. Well, let's see. Let's see what that looks like. Maybe. Let's try an onion. Okay. We're going to try an onion and see where it looks like after that. I have some really good knives. These are just Walmart special, but this one isn't. This one's a real sharp one. Now what I'll do with this, I'll toss this in my strainer. I'll toss all this in my strainer, and I'll put that in a bag, which I have in the freezer already. And someday we'll make some vegetable stock out of that. So, you can see. Oh, yeah, see? Very sharp. Don't do what I do. Just do what I say. Thank God for the nail. Ooh, boy, that was sharp. That could have been a finger. Okay. Now I'm going to cut these up. And again, I don't worry about the size. Size don't matter to me. Just slicing them up into smaller pieces. My husband's really good at this. He'll cut them up and they look so good. But not me. I'm an everyday cook. I'm not anybody special. And we'll cut up this. I like a lot of onions in mine. You guys can make it less or you can make it more. And then you just if I not cut my fingers. There we go. Okay. It looks good. That looks like a pretty good ratio. How about one more tomato? What do you think, guys? We'll do one more tomato. Now, how I cut tomatoes to keep them from getting all over the place is I slice them, and then I turn them upside down where the skin is facing the board, or plastic, or whatever you want to call it. Then I just slice. And you don't have to push. You just turn it and just slice. Boom. See, almost a finger again. Oh, I'm not. I'm not batting 100 today. I just seem to be wanting to cut myself today. Usually I can fly right through these. And just not today, so. Anyways, got that. And I'm stirring the bacon again. I'm doing is I'm taking and putting the bacon in a pan or a plate so I can dump some of this grease. And I dumped the grease in a can. Let me show you as soon as I'm done here. So I have a can here, and I take and I dump the grease in this can, so that way I can throw it away. That way it doesn't go down my drain. And my husband is happy. He doesn't have to fix it. So, alright, this is what the bacon looks like, guys. Just simple. I love bacon too, by the way. Okay. So, get everything out of the way. Clean out my mess. Okay, so I'll take this and dump everything in it. Give it a good stir, good mix. Now the reason why I heated this back up, the greens, is because it mixes better. If it was cold, it would be real clumpy and hard to control and manage. So like with anything, cold equals harder to manage on some things, like this. And then sometimes hot makes it harder to manage. So, and you can see what it looks like. So I'll take the bacon and I'll put it in there. I'm eating that bacon, by the way. And I'll mix the bacon in. Now remember, I drained a lot of that bacon, but you do want to have some bacon grease. Now, a lot of people use like neck bones, smoked ham hocks, things like that. But to be honest, I tend to like to use bacon. It's cheaper now. I mean, neck bone here, I don't know about over there where you're at, but a neck bone is like $6-7. That pack of bacon right here costed me $3.99, and I didn't even use half of it. So all you're using it is for flavoring. You could use just plain bacon grease if you wanted to do that, you know, unless you want to take it as a main part of your meal. So this is what I do for greens. Now, I don't know, this is the first time ever using this seasoning, but it sure does taste good. I wonder how it tastes with bacon. Let me see. Real good. Again, it's called Success. Southern style greens and kale. Real good flavor. Normally I season it myself with garlic, onion, seasoned salt, pepper, whatever I can get my hands on, basically. Thyme, a little bit of oregano. So, this, my friends, is greens. Oh, and it tastes real good. Real good. We'll be having this tonight for dinner. Well, with the chicken. But as you can see, that's what it looks like. I'm going to put this on the stove. And I'm going to slow cook it on a low heat for 5 hours. It doesn't have to cook that long, but I'm going to do it anyways. So this is it. Simple as that. Really easy mixed greens. There's nothing major to it. You just cut up your bell peppers, your sweet bell peppers. Just not your finger. That really hurt. I'm just glad it didn't cut all the way through my nail. Caught it in time. And onion. So bell peppers, onion. That's what I cut up to put in here. I cooked up some bacon. Put it in here. Put a little bit of bacon grease. You look how pretty that is, by the way. Put a little bacon grease in it. That seasoning that I showed you, the Success green and kale seasoning. We have collards, mustards, and turnip greens in this as well. And it's really good. So I'll probably season it up more. I'm not sure. Let me taste it. I don't know. Maybe. You season it to your taste. It's not to my taste. You and I are different. So the basics is salt. Salt gets rid of anything that's bitter on these vegetables. So like kale greens, mustard greens, some of those people say are bitter. And so you add salt to that, and that helps take the bitterness out of it. Or I put a little bit of lemon juice in it. Just up to you. That's salt for people who don't have high blood pressure, and lemon juice for the people who do. I season mine really well, so I don't notice this, the bitterness. But I also am a controlled high blood pressure person, so now I don't have to have medicine, but I am controlling it through food. That way I know that I'm not having this issue. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I've already made a batch that's in that was in the freezer. And let me pull it out. So what I do is I use quart-sized bags. And you can see it's pretty thin. It's just me and my husband. And I put greens 22. So 22 being the year. And I freeze it. This will make probably close to 10, maybe 10 vegetable, meals for your vegetables. So that'll make 10 meals. As in, like your vegetable sides. And then you got your meat and starch. So this will make 10 meals. And it costed me like $5. So basically 50 cents a meal. And I'll put them in Ziploc freezer bags. Now I put them in these because I eat them really fast. Yeah, we do. So it's pretty warm in the house. That's why it's sweating. But I just put them in freezer bags, put them up. I've already got 7 already up. I'm looking at putting 54. So there you go, folks. Real easy. You could do this. Literally, you could do this with a crock pot. I would suggest, to make it easier on you, just to cook the greens down the day before, and then when you go to do it again, it's real simple. But if not, you can put it all together and do it that way. I usually put it all together and do it that way, but because I was doing this video and my husband is the one who's going to be making these recipes, you know, I got to make them easy for him to understand and do. And also, you know, I mean, for you guys. So, because when you first do it, it's like cabbage. You know, it's a lot. And then it cooks down. So, okay, that's it. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. All right, friends. I hope you like this. I hope you try it. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comment. I'm glad to help you.